Hello, dear friends. Welcome to another episode of Sherv's Garage. Today, I have a beautiful, luxury, big SUV for you to review. I have a 2018 Lexus LX 570. This vehicle is the flagship of all the Lexuses or Lexis, perhaps, that are being produced in the market. This particular vehicle has approximately 380 horsepower. It's a V8, and it makes approximately 400 pound-feet of torque. When it comes to purchasing an SUV from Lexus, we are looking at 5 different products. There's a UX model, there is an NX, then RX, then GX, and what we have here, the flagship of all of them, the LX. And what's really cool about this car, it's a luxury format of the Toyota Land Cruiser, which until approximately 2021 even, we used to receive them in America. But it will no longer be delivered to North America. It will only be for other parts of the world, especially the Middle East, per their request and ordering of the products. As we all know, this product is wearing a luxury suit over Toyota Land Cruiser, and everybody knows how reliable Toyota Land Cruisers are, and this car is absolutely a gorgeous version of it, with premium leather interior, premium products used, and hand-built engines in the manufacturing line of the Toyota by experienced mechanics. And there's nothing to not like about this car. Are there anything that is negative about this car? Yes, for sure. There are some slow movements on, for example, the transmission, but I wouldn't feel it, I wouldn't mention it as extremely negative and say, go buy a Range Rover, go buy this car, go buy this car, go buy an X7 BMW. You have the choice of buying any car you love, but my job is to give you an honest, truth opinion about the cars that I review for you guys. So let's go around the vehicle and I'll show you the static looks of the design, and take a look at that, and then we'll go through the interior and driving impressions, which is going to be nice. So when we come to the front of the vehicle, the Lexus introduced this new version of the grille spindle about approximately 4 years ago, and they've been coming up with different shape and designs with it, and as years have gone forward, this spindle has gone even bigger and bigger every year. Now I don't feel bad about the BMW front grills that everybody complains about, that why is it so big and they look like a beaver teeth, and I don't think that's the truth anymore. Look at this size. It's humongous, but at the same time it's functional. There's a reason why this method of grille exists. Right below the L for the Lexus emblem, there's a camera in the front that will show you the front of the vehicle, especially if you're going off-roading with this vehicle, which is an absolutely capable and amazing car for off-roading. When it comes to the headlights, we have the 3 stacked square boxes of LED lights with the L shape of daytime running light under, which is beautiful. We have the washer fluid for the headlight here, and it comes to the fog lights. This boomerang, look kind of design is just to complement and fill up the front bumper nicely. I have a graphic design background myself, and I know why some of these designers actually do stuff like this. It's not because they just want to create something to uh, not only be beautiful, functional, but also there is a design language behind it, and it has to complement the design of the car. If you look at the Lamborghini Urus, for example, uh, there's literally every part of the car that has a specific design language designated for that particular car. And that's what makes the designs different. However, coming to the side of the vehicle, we have this large side mirrors. On the tires, this car has a 21-inch rims. Um, it's a very good-looking rims compared to some of the other designs that I have seen in Lexus. The newest version of the rims that comes in 2022 and 2023, they're actually more beautiful. But looking at this is absolutely lovely as well. Um, these are the Dunlop four-season tires. They look very good. The ride is very comfortable, and there's not much of road noise, especially when you have all the windows up. The interior of this car is very, very quiet, and it's a great place to be when you're traveling and going about. Coming to the side of the vehicle, we have this side step to get inside the vehicle easier and come out. Um, the vehicle has this chrome edges by the windows, and also this black. It really complements the design and differentiates uh, the design here, and I really like that. I purchased the Forerunner, and that is also made in Japan. And it's what's funny, or the fun fact, the Toyota Forerunners are built and manufactured in the same facility that this car is built, and that makes it one of the greatest thing. Uh, let's go to the back of the vehicle. Uh, Even in the back, we have the 21-inch. They're not staggered. They're the same size. The rear of the vehicle, we have this L-shaped design of the tail light, which is very gorgeous. Even the newer version of the car, I think, is even more beautiful. But for what it is, for the year of the vehicle, it's truly a beautiful design. LX 570, as we have mentioned, this car is a very heavy vehicle. It's approximately 6,000 pounds, and it can tow up to 7,000 pounds as well. For being a V8, it's a very powerful engine. It's a bulletproof engine. Again, longevity, reliability. This car will be going for years to come without any issues. Some of the I would say consumable stuff that may go wrong, such as suspension bushings, uh, brake pads, consumable is essentially. So battery, oil change, that kind of stuff, tires, any car you drive, they will have the same thing. In order to open the tailgate, there's a key or button right here. You press it, and it will alert that the tailgate is opening. It will go up very slowly. Nothing wrong with that either. Uh, and the bottom portion of the tailgating is manual, but it has some shocks inside, which is not going to let the tailgate to drop and make a banging noise. Let me show you again. Just it goes down and it's very smooth. Um, in the rear, we have these two jump seats um, that are folded to the side. There's a key panel here, and I want to show you this keys exactly. And they all essentially function for these jump seats. So if I, for example, press this button, the chair automatically folds down. And if I press it again to the right, it will lift it up and fold it to the side. So you have approximately 41 cubic feet of space here, which is wonderful. And for a 7-seat passenger car, uh, this car is extremely roomy. But when you have the seats up, for the jump seat especially, then there's not much of a space in the back for obvious reason. But this is a cool mechanism and function that this car provides. Now, in some of the more modern vehicles, such as Range Rover Sport or BMW X7, these bottom portion of the tailgates are also electronic. Now we go back to the automatic closing button, and we have a rear view camera that is located right here. There's also a handle in case if you need to pull it down, but there's a key to slowly close the tailgate. Yes, it is slow. It can be a little bit faster, but this is the reason that it's not going to break. You don't want a 60 mile an hour, tailgate to boom and just close the tailgate. What's the point for doing that? But anyways, coming to this side, it's a beautiful, simple design language, and the elegance of this car is how big this vehicle is. The biggest of the SUVs that Lexus makes, as we talked about, the wheelbase, even in the newest model, hasn't changed. Still the same wheelbase length, and for what it provides, it's one of the best length of the wheelbase for off-roading, according to the Lexus. And please, if you have this car, please take it off-roading and enjoy it. This vehicle is made for it, and you'll be amazed of the capabilities of this car. So I'm going to take a look at the engine here and show you. This is the very famous engine that Lexus has been making for several years and decades, rather. The very first Lexus LX came out in 1996 in the form of LX 450, and it was just a luxury version of the exact Toyota Land Cruiser. It just had a different badging on it, and they kept on making and perfecting this engine over the years, clearing all the bugs, fixing all the recalls issues that they had with this vehicle, and they no longer have any mechanical issue. This is a robust and bulletproof engine, and consumer reports, and if you talk to people who own this type of vehicle, they all will say it's a very reliable vehicle and they love it. The only downside about this naturally aspirated V8 is that it really drinks a lot of gas, and it doesn't have injectors. It has the fuel rail, and it's just a different sort of the fuel management system. In the city, you get approximately 13 miles per gallon for this engine, which is pretty bad, obviously. But again, that's the only cost that you're going to have for years to come, and just fuel consumption. And in the highway, you get, if you drive smoothly, you get approximately 16 to 17 miles per gallon, which is, again, not bad for the size of the vehicle. Here in the interior of the Lexus LX 570, it's a beautiful place to be sitting. As beautiful as this car in general is outside, uh, the truth is the inside is even more gorgeous and more beautiful. Uh, the very pleasant looking steering wheel that gives you the luxury feeling um, of a real luxury car. The real wood trims that they have used, shiny wood, which is also used in the entire uh, dashboard of the vehicle, and some of the door paneling that you can see even here. All the keys that are used in this vehicle look premium and feel premium, and that's really important. Coming to the center console, we have this gear selector that essentially just selects gear normally, and it's not electronically controlled like just the key. We have the park key right here, which I'm on the park mode right now. On the side, we have the heated seats and cooled seats, and even the heated steering wheel. Again, in Arizona, for sure we need it. Um, I'm going to turn that off. We have all the driving mode in the desert or in the mountain. Crawl control is here, and we also have the differential lock as well as the selective modes for the vehicle, which by turning it here in the infotainment system, we see Sport Plus, Comfort and Eco, and right now we're on Comfort mode. And then coming down again, we have the high 4, low 4, as well as the height of the vehicle, which increases by about 2.5 inches, and goes down quickly, very quickly actually, about 2.5 inches as well. The Everything looks solid right here. Everything feels good. The real stitches here, up here, looks to be pre-manufactured kind of a stitching, like a molded dashboard. But here, everything is a soft touch and real leather and real stitches. Um, Obviously, start stop key right here, and the climate control is right here along with the media. Uh, there are a couple of cubby holes in this large car, large interior. This is one of them. You can actually put your phone in there, it will fit. I'm gonna give it a try. My phone is actually a 13 Pro Max, and for that it's slightly large, but for like a 12 Pro it perfectly fits. But hopefully you don't forget picking it up. And we have 2 cup holders there. One lovely feature about this climate control area is this key right here, and I want to bring your attention to this key, Climate Concierge. And if I press this, obviously it turns on, and what it does, it essentially balances the entire 4 zones of the vehicle for the temperature that is desired. For example, if the car has been sitting outside and you want to come inside the vehicle, it will first cool down the seats for you, so when you sit down you're not going to burn, and then it will essentially cool down the cabin of the vehicle. or the rear, same thing. Or if the outside is very cold and the vehicle is very cold inside, it will warm it up for you, and then the entire car will get warmed up. Again, just coming down here real quick, we have this holding or resting, hand area, and you have this mouse shape that you can go up and down and side to side and select what you're looking at, or click on it, or go to the navigation, select your music, go to the phone, and they all have that beeping sound to them, so you know what you're selecting. Is the system kind of old? Yes. But at the same time, it is trouble free. This system is behind by today's standard for approximately 1 to 2 years, and Lexus has always done that. But again, they do it because they fix the issues with it, so there is absolutely no problem in the model that you're purchasing. And kudos to Lexus for giving their customers the product that works for many, many years to come, and also the service that they provide at the dealership is very, very high class. So that's a great thing about Lexus. Here in the center console, this very comfortable cushiony area, once you lift it up, you are looking at a cool box. This box acts as a refrigerator, not a true refrigerator. It's just a cool box, but there is a vent that sucks the air from AC, and you can keep your water or medication or anything, milk or whatever you're using for any purpose, can be kept in here for a long time, and very cool for the duration of the drive. One other cool feature I want to show you here, there is 3 languages: English, Russian, and Arabic. And this is so cool because this car really, the most sales for this car is in America, Russia, and Middle East, and they knew how to treat their customers based on the language they speak. So that's a great feature again for this particular vehicle. A very cool place to sit, very comfortable. These seats are very cushiony, very comfortable. The bolsters are very good. They keep you in place. The way they sit up, your knees don't get tired or anything, and again, just very comfortable. And the view of the vehicle, outside view from the A pillars and B pillars, everything looks very, very sharp and good. For this particular model, and even the newer model, they don't offer panoramic sunroof and moonroof. They still have just a normal sunroof, moonroof here, but Lexus has commented that they are going to consider placing a panoramic sunroof and moonroof for this car in the upcoming years. At the moment, this is the only Land Cruiser, or rather luxury Land Cruiser that comes to the United States. The Toyota version will no longer be imported into the United States. They will be used in other parts of the world. The dashboard area, very clean, very solid, all analog, very simple. You have the water temperature, the oil temperature, gas gauge, as well as the battery that needs to be charged, tachometer, as well as the RPM. I I enjoy this analog look. Uh, to me, it's something like a real analog watch that you look at it and it goes tick, 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 tick. There's a mechanical portion behind it, and that gives me a joy. Um, Looks a little bit outdated, but again, it works. If it's not broken, why fix it? Yes, they can go to the newer version of the dashboard design, which they have over the years. They've upgraded it, but still looks analog, looks professional, clean, and simple, but at the same time extremely functional. And that's the beauty of this car. Everything is functional. I love that about this platform of Lexus manufacturing. Once again, why do you buy a Lexus? For three exceptional reasons. One, reliability. Two, longevity of the product. And three, the excellent service that you get from Lexus dealerships regarding the repairs or loaner vehicle, or it's a high class service that they provide. And kudos to Lexus for doing that and treating their customers really well. All right, so the back seat, let's see how comfortable it is. Oh my God, it's really good. It's very comfortable. We have this privacy screen that goes up and stays up there. Looks pretty good. The obviously dome light, and the ones on the front, you can just touch them and they will come on, but the rear ones are operated with the key. Back here we have the 11.5 inches of monitor designed by the Lexus for this car. It's approximately $2,200 to $2,500 option. If you have kids, these are wonderful to have, and they actually they slope up. The angles change, and that's wonderful for the kids. Let me lower this. My videographer just yells at me all the time. Just kidding. And they also come with the Lexus headsets or headphones properly for the vehicle, which is wonderful. Up here we have the vent for the rear seat. And how do we control the rear seat climate? It's back here. So we lower this, and we have the entire climate control back here. The seats are even cold or heated, and you can let me just lower the vent for less noise. And if you open here, there's a remote for the monitors here. You can operate the left monitor or the right monitor, and volume, tune, anything like this is really cool. And sits in a place. It's not too comfortable. I feel like I have to lean over it. I wish it was slightly higher up, so the knee, or sorry, no, the elbow would be a little bit more comfortable, and the arm, but still okay. It's not a huge deal. And the cup holders up here are located under by the front of the middle cushion. So pushing this back, I want to show you that back here we have two vents for the rear seats. Perfect. And the same wood trim that we have up front, we have it in the rear. We have a 12 volt socket down here. And if you press this, it opens up. You even have HDMI. You have the volume for your headsets, and phone jack and auxiliary jack, which is pretty cool for the design of this vehicle. And again, very comfortable and great place to be sitting here. It's really nice. The seat cushions are really good. All right, let's take the vehicle for a drive and give you the final impression of the drive, and hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Driving the Lexus LX 570. This vehicle, as we talked about previously, is not a light car by any mean or stretch of the imagination. This car weighs about 6,000 pounds, and which is approximately 2.7 ton, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a very heavy car, and you feel that you're driving a heavy car. The steering feels, I would say, soft in a comfort mode. Obviously, it's power assisted. You don't feel uncomfortable with it, but at the same time, it gives you the feeling of driving a heavy vehicle. And the transmission is smooth, but at the same time slow. You're not going to race this car. You're not going to 0 to 60, test it. But at the same time, you want to, if you want to go 80 miles per hour, it goes extremely smooth. Could it be upgraded? Yes, absolutely. But again, it's not a difficult thing to do. I'm going to push the throttle for you to hear the sound of the V8. Hopefully we can hear that. So as we feel, the change of the gear is slightly slow, but nothing horrible. The brakes are really good. Again, this car is heavy, but the size of the rotors are big enough to hold this vehicle properly. Steering feels really good in the hand. The wood portion looks luxury as well. It's not the first time I've seen a wood steering wheel to be surprised by it, but it looks good. It matches the entire design of the interior. Again, going back to the drivability and driving feel of the vehicle, the seats are extremely comfortable. I don't feel like there is any bumps on the road that I can feel. The suspension does a great job in comfort mode, and it feels good. The steering feels a little numb. It doesn't give me that much of feedback, but again, this is a large vehicle and it's not made for speeding. It's not a sports car. You drive this car with prestige and class, as well as slowly, but with class and style. I love how cool this car is overall. A very roomy car, a very comfortable place to be, a car that gives you confidence every time you're driving it. You don't feel like you're going to get stranded. It's a solid car. It's really solid, and I love the Land Cruiser line, or the LX 570, and the newer version that is coming out. I believe it's a V6 turbo, which we'll see how it performs in the future years of operating that engine. But this V8 has proven to be bulletproof and extremely well built. All right, I hope I didn't tire you for the entire this video. I know it was a long video, but this car requires a little bit of a detailed information and in-depth information. There is a lot to learn about this car. I hope you enjoyed it. Our entire team enjoyed. We had so much fun filming, and hope you consider subscribing to our channel. Again, I know you have a lot of choices, but I hope you give us a chance to be one of the channels that provides you with car information and help us to improve our passion for the future. Thank you so much again, and until next time.